Two major events in Facebook's history happened in 2012. In April, they acquired Instagram for a record-setting $1 billion, and in May, they went public. They had their initial public offering, otherwise known as an IPO. When Facebook made a bid to buy Instagram though, most people thought Mark Zuckerberg was making a huge mistake. But acquiring Instagram turned out to be one of the best tech acquisitions of all time, helping secure Facebook's dominance in social media for years to come. This wasn't a merger, it was more of an acquisition, and in the next 2 minutes you're gonna know more about mergers and acquisitions than 99% of people. Let's go. Mergers and acquisitions, often shortened to M&A, are like big business combinations. It's when one company joins forces with another. It's like two jigsaw pieces coming together to form a bigger puzzle piece. The most interesting thing about mergers and acquisitions is that in the business world, it's like a big game of chess. You get a lot of companies that can grow a lot faster and become a lot more powerful by joining forces. So they kind of huddle together in order to accelerate their growth, become stronger, and then hopefully more dominant in the industry that they're in. But it's also kind of like a soap opera. Sometimes there's drama, so not all mergers or acquisitions go to plan, and so there's a lot of beef or there's a lot of bad blood. Company cultures might clash, companies might regret doing the merger or the acquisition, and so it doesn't always work out. One classic example is Disney acquiring Pixar. So Disney obviously created Cinderella and Mickey Mouse, and Pixar created Toy Story and Finding Nemo. The Disney Pixar acquisition has meant that together they've created blockbusters like Frozen and The Incredibles. Another example is telecoms giant AT&T when they acquired Time Warner. This was a merger rather than an acquisition, and it brought together companies like CNN, HBO and Warner Bros. So M&A can take different forms. There could be mergers, there could be acquisitions, and it happens across different industries. So technology, healthcare, consumer goods, so on and so forth. It happens across the landscape and there's different types. A merger is like two companies or two equals combining, while an acquisition is when a bigger player acquires a smaller or consumes or buys out a smaller company. All right, so what are the reasons for mergers and acquisitions? There's lots of different reasons. Some of the most common reasons include growing faster, entering new markets. Like you might see a company that's in your space but doing it better, but they're a lot smaller, so you just acquire them, so then you can have that in your artillery to help your company access that market or grow faster or reach a client or customer pool that you might not have access to. All companies might do M&A in order to make efficiency gains and save money. M&A isn't always smooth, it can be quite tricky, and oftentimes different companies have different cultures. So one of the challenges is those cultures coming and working together effectively. Sometimes it doesn't work, and that's just part of the process. M&A can affect employees, customers, and even the products and services that the companies offer. You might see this often where some of the services or products on offer from your favorite companies change as a result of a merger or an acquisition. Last but not least, regulation. So governments often monitor and review M&A activity in order to ensure that there's no monopolies or extremely strong companies or players in a particular industry, because then they'll just increase prices and it will be worse off for the consumer. So there's a lot of regulation in mergers and acquisitions. M&A is like a big game of business strategy. It can create powerful companies and lead to exciting innovations, but it's also filled with challenges and complexities. Keep an eye on the news and you might spot M&A stories on companies that you care about. Make sure you tune in next time to learn another financial term, concept or idea in basic English. Peace.